Some stories don't end when the subject dies. They linger because the truth was never fully told. Years after Jeffrey Epstein's death, his case continues to resurface. Jeffrey Epstein was not born into power. That is what makes his rise so unsettling. Born in 1953 to a middle-class family in Brooklyn, Epstein's early life showed no clear path to wealth, influence, or elite status. And yet, within decades, he would gain access to the world's most powerful circles. Not because of curiosity alone, but because accountability feels unfinished. Every empire begins with a single door opening. Epstein taught briefly at an elite private school where he met wealthy families. These early connections became stepping stones into finance despite limited formal credentials. Opportunity found him early, scrutiny did not. Epstein's wealth existed, but its origins were always blurry. He claimed to manage fortunes for billionaires, but public records never clearly showed the size of his funds, the identities of most clients, the services he uniquely provided. This lack of transparency would later raise alarm. Epstein didn't just accumulate money, he studied influence. He learned what powerful people expect, what they fear becoming public, how discretion buys loyalty. Access became his most valuable currency. Isolation is not accidental, it is engineered. Epstein acquired properties designed for privacy, remote islands, gated estates, private aircraft. These spaces reduced oversight and later appeared repeatedly in survivor accounts. Abuse rarely begins with violence, it begins with trust. Survivors described a pattern: young girls recruited by peers, small payments normalized, boundaries gradually erased. In Palm Beach, the silence finally cracked. Police began investigating Epstein after multiple reports of underage sexual abuse. Detectives documented dozens of accounts. The law was applied, but selectively. In 2008, Epstein reached a plea deal. No federal charges, minimal jail time, work release privileges. The message was clear: some people are too connected to fall. Despite his conviction, Epstein resumed public life. He traveled, he hosted, he maintained status. Accountability had failed publicly and quietly. For over a decade, the system looked away. Epstein lived openly as a registered sex offender with extraordinary freedoms. No meaningful restrictions stopped his lifestyle or his influence. The second reckoning did not begin in court, it began in print. Investigative journalists revisited the case, exposed the plea deal, and amplified survivor voices. Public pressure returned. So did federal attention. This time, there would be no negotiation. Epstein was arrested on federal sex trafficking charges. He faced the possibility of life in prison. For the first time, powerful networks felt exposed. On August 10, 2019, Jeffrey Epstein was found dead. Official ruling, suicide, but failures were undeniable. Epstein's death did not end the case, it multiplied the questions. Public trust collapsed, speculation exploded, confidence in institutions eroded further. Epstein did not act alone. Ghislaine Maxwell, long seen as his closest associate, was arrested in 2020. She was later convicted of trafficking and grooming minors. Her conviction validated survivor accounts and confirmed coordination. Then came the files. Thousands of pages of court documents were released. They included names, emails, and depositions. The internet became judge, jury, and executioner. Social media blurred distinctions between mention, allegation, and evidence. The real defendant was never just Epstein. The case exposed prosecutorial discretion abused, wealth shielding criminal behavior, victims sidelined for convenience. Epstein is gone. The system that enabled him remains. This story is not about scandal. It is about accountability. Not about rumor, but about failure. Not about one man, but about what happens when influence outweighs justice. And until those questions are fully answered, the Epstein file will never truly be closed.